Hello, Aries, and welcome to your spring 2024 energy forecast. Happy New Year and welcome. If you're new, I trust that you will find something here that supports you. So, just as we begin, you're my first spring forecast, and I haven't done these by the sign forecasts. And I was trying to think, and without going to my YouTube channel to look it up, it's at least a year and maybe two. So I trust that you will enjoy this offering and that although it is rather time specific, because we are talking about March, April, May, and into June of 2024, the new season, the new year. Um, if you come across these messages at another time, I trust that something here, you've been led here for a reason, and something here will resonate and be supportive to you where you are in the now moment. So, um, if you're new, welcome. Please do take a moment. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And if you watch this video, please watch it all the way through and give it a thumbs up at the end. That little thumbs up does a great deal to support the ability of this channel to grow. And so for that, I thank you. Comments are also warmly welcomed and encouraged. And I do respond to each and every one at this point in time. So, okay, what's going on as we begin this forecast? I've got some notes, and these are going to be the same for all the signs because we're talking about some planetary alignments that are supporting us. So we begin with a new moon in Pisces on the 3rd of March. And this is like the kickoff to eclipse season. We have Venus moving into Pisces, dreamy Venus, love centered Venus, harmonious Venus moving into Pisces on the 3rd of March. The equinox this year arrives, it seems a day early, but remember 2024 is a leap year, so somehow we've got an extra day this year. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And the equinox is on the 13th of March, and it's kicking off a happy new growth. And so it's a new growth cycle for all of us, and we are really feeling this in our personal experience. And as a collective, we will be feeling this as a result of some of our wounds perhaps coming to the surface. So the equinox is the 19th or 20th, depending on where you are, and the sun is obviously in Aries. Mars moves into Pisces on the 22nd of March, and this is really going to ignite our passion, this fiery energy, solar plexus, the home of free will choices. That is quickly followed by our full moon prenuptial eclipse. So it's a partial lunar eclipse on the 20. Oh, I didn't even write it down, but it is the 25th of March. And this is called the worm moon, or it's known as the worm moon. And in fact, at the time of recording these messages, which is the 5th of March, yesterday I saw my first big, fat, juicy worm outside. So that's really interesting. And it's really speaking to me that this eclipse, this partial eclipse, would be a really good time for all of us to consider detoxing and cleansing ourselves of some of these parasitic energies that have been hanging out with us for our entire lifetime. So we're really supported now in clearing these worms, these parasites. And this full moon in Libra is at 5 degrees, and the eclipse is taking place on the south node at 5 degrees. And so it's calling forth this harmony and balance from within our experience, collectively and a deeper understanding of what our perceived differences are, whether it's the color of our skin, whether it's our gender, whether it's our socioeconomic status, wherever we live. All of those things are really, they don't matter that much. It's what's under the skin. It's the essence of the soul that lives within that we are going to be um, more compassionate. We're going to come to greater understanding and compassion. What's wrong, Rex? Lay down, bud. That was interesting, Aries. So what is hurting us is, and the next um, thing that I wrote here, from the deeper understanding comes from the depth of old unhealed wounds. So this is, and then Rex cried out, and I'm going to have to look at that. I'll address that shortly, hopefully. So this is a time for emotional cleansing for those of us who are willing to work with this energy to cleanse, um, the parasites, to heal the wounds, to really show up for ourselves at this time, because our passion is being ignited, our drive, our personal drive. What are we here for? On April the 8th, we have a total solar eclipse, and this is known as the Great American Eclipse. And if you remember, back in 2017, we had a very similar eclipse, which was also called the Great American Eclipse. And it happened in August, I believe, of that year, July or August of that year. And so it feels like things are coming around. We're coming up to 7 years, right? How have we grown? What has, here in the Americas, the first world, if you will, what has changed? What has not changed? Have we grown up? Have we changed for the better, or are we still perpetuating these old wounds? And this solar eclipse is happening at 19 degrees of Aries. And it's kick-starting this new cycle that this new year, the equinox season, is bringing. And the words that I wrote here are bold, brave, visionary, sees the way forward towards goals, because this eclipse is happening on the north node, which is the karmic node. And I found this interesting tidbit, we had an eclipse in 2005 on the same day at the same degree. So what could this mean for us? And I'm not going to sit here and we're not going to psychoanalyze, yet perhaps that's a later video that we can, as we get closer, or after, on the other side of it even, that we can discuss together. This question, though, like what could it mean? I would encourage you to look back to 2005. What was happening in your life at the time? I know for me, I had a son, a toddler. So a lot has changed since then. On the 18th of March, Mercury stations in its shadow. And so now we're coming into this new season, just like we started the calendar year of 2024 with Mercury going retrograde. Mercury was retrograde at the beginning of the year, and now on the 18th, we're in that shadow period. So this is a time really of inner reflection. And by the time all is said and done, Mercury comes out, it leaves its shadow again on the 13th of May. So, we've got 6 weeks here of Mercury retrograde. So this is an opportunity at the beginning of this new season to clean up our act, to make adjustments where we're called, to see if we can show up for ourselves in ways that are really supporting our emotional, spiritual, and physical well-being. So, wow. Let's get into your cards, Aries, and see what this season has in store for you. You're being asked to trust the process. Zero. This is the energy of the fool, the sacred fool leaping in. I love the imagery on this card because it's really like heart is leading the way, chest proud, facing forward, arms thrown back, and really throwing caution to the wind when it comes to the direction that your life is going. Like so often, we're stuck in this cycle, not so often, every day, we're stuck in this cycle. All work and no play makes for a dull day. So what would make your heart sing this season, and really doing more of those things? And look at that, right there. What I'm hearing is trust your intuition, trust your gut. You know the way, and it feels very empowered. And the sacred fool is the I'm feeling guided to pull this card and move. The sacred fool is the archetype of the one who can find humor in, the doldrum of life. And, even in the heartache and the pain, it's the willingness to get up and try again, get moving. Observe how you have grown. Like, this is amazing. This is three major arcana. This is 12. And this is really about, being the channel of light, the mirror image of divine birthright. Seven. Seven is the chariot, I believe. I'm not really a tarot. I'm not really, I just look at the pictures and intuit the messages. I believe seven, though, is the chariot. And we have three major arcana here, which really speaks of this season. It's about, and you start off with the fool, the new beginning, right? The fool is the beginning of the major arcana. So what this season, what direction would you like to move in? What seeds are you planting that you're going to nurture, that's going to support growth? And it says move and observe. And we see here the heart. Observe where your heart is guiding you. Here you got the message, trust your intuition, trust your gut, and move forward from the heart space, open heart, moving forward. And as you're moving forward, you're observing your particular channel, your energy in each and every now moment. And it's from this place of observation that you receive clarity, that you're able to see, and feel really the direction that you're being led. Meditation is coming in as a very supportive energy. Are you kidding me right now? I do believe we have, I'm going to have to, yeah, it's true. Three more major arcana. And the first one out was the intuition card. We were just speaking about that and trusting your intuition. This is the high priestess. The, you know, through observation, becoming aware of what is not seen, what is not being said. So the subtleties of life and being really proficient in that area. And I feel like the energy of working with the Ankh as well, the key of life. You are this sacred key. So perhaps working with the energy of the Ankh, um, ancient Egypt at this time is going to be supportive. And then we have 20, the truth card, a lot of two energy here, standing on your own 2 feet, trusting yourself, trusting your gut, listening to your intuition more, because you are being transformed. Your whole life, if you're willing to work with this energy, if you're willing to harness the energy that is accessible to you, you're not even going to recognize yourself by the time we hit the summer season. And you know, joy, having joy and more fun. I'm hearing that song. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. So it feels like this energy is picking up and amplifying as we move through this season. And it's really up to you. Are you willing to release what is no longer working? Are you willing to release? Um, are you willing to acknowledge that there's wounds from the past, and then to do what you need to do to release the karmic energy that continues this, you know, the spinning of the wheel of karma? You are very clearly being called upon the spiral of grace to really embrace your uniqueness, embrace your to be bold, to embrace the frequency of your heart that wants to manifest in this lifetime. So let's tune into the energies of Mother Earth with the Gaia Oracle. Those two oracles were the Psychic Heart Tarot and the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. And this is the Gaia Oracle by Toni, Carmine, Salerno. And this is, oh my gosh, this is like practical guidance. This is like, seriously, another 12. Those who know me know 12s and 21s have great significance to me. And, you know, it's about being the channel of light. So here it's saying, like, trust and follow your heart. I mean, the guidance doesn't get much clearer through observation. We don't always have to speak. Sometimes we're more powerful when we just observe. And yet, you know, there is a call for action. There is a call to listen. When we get intuitive hits, we have to listen to and trust our intuition and then take action upon it. And this talks love, passion, and spiritual communion. And spirituality is different for all of us, right? It's really at its core a return to our heart, a remembrance of who we are through the Sacred Heart. And that heart beats within all of us. And oh, look at this on the bottom. On the bottom of the deck, a hidden gift, number 9. 9 is a completion number again, wrapping up a cycle, because in this cycle, what may have seemed like a cycle of confusion and trauma, and on the world stage, there's going to be a lot going on because we're feeling this in our personal experience. And you know, it's also taking place within the collective. So it's so important that we show up for ourselves in each and every moment as we're moving through this, so we can harness the power of this time, so we can harness that dreamy energy, and you know, that bold, brave, courageous leader, way shower, artist, healer that we came here to be. Sadness, an ending, and a new beginning. Yes, every within the same place, death and rebirth takes place. It's this really organic, symbiotic experience that we are having as humans, called to awaken to our spiritual essence. So to wrap this all up, oh, they're asking for one more Gaia card, so I'll listen. This feels like a really, really, you know, like a clean slate. It feels like humanity is waking up one beautiful heart at a time. Eyes are opening up, hearts are opening up, minds are aligning with the heart to guide the way forward. Oh my gosh. Ocean of eternal love. I just have to say, like, the energy of the beloved is all over this reading. After, so the 12 and the 21, my beloved honey passed away on 12/21/2018. Many of you know that. Those who don't, well, there you have it. And the first time I connected to do a reading after he had passed, which was probably maybe 6 weeks, could have been 8. I'm not sure of time from that time frame in my life. Um, this card was the first one out, and it's a number 44. And this really is what we're here for. We are an ocean of eternal love. We are a drop within the ocean of eternal love. So, what are you here for? I'm just hearing like singing your soul song, your swan song, coming alive. Um, yes, it's just a horn outside. Coming alive from the inside. Healing, creativity, and fertility. And 4 is my number for angels. I every time I connect with 4s, it's about angels, and 44 is a master number. We don't generally reduce master numbers. In this case, though, I'm being guided to note that, 4 plus 4 is 8. We are in a universal 8 year, which is all about us harnessing our power, remembering who we are, and going forward, living from our heart. So I'm guided now to close these messages to connect with the energy of the angels and the ancestors, your ancestors, who love you unconditionally. And, your ancestors, our ancestors, we're all connected. So this is a message, a kiss from the divine, who loves you unconditionally and wants you to succeed, wants to witness you succeeding, observe you succeeding in this lifetime. Serenity. So, meditation. This is a season to harness your power, harness your energy, harness your creative juices, tap into the flow by creating space in your daily life that brings you peace and harmony. And most of us, that time is one on one, it's just us. And see if you can do it this season without any distractions. And this is like technological distractions, is what I'm hearing. So, put the phone down, turn the TV off, dim the lights, light some candles, light an incense, essential oils, whatever it is, and just be with yourself. Perhaps you start a journal at this time because you are a channel. 12/21, 12/12, when I asked years ago before my sweetheart passed, um, the message I received is, when you see this, it's a reminder that you are a channel of light. I'm a writer. So this is perhaps what you're being called to do, to create this Zen garden, to plant the seeds in your Zen garden this season, because joy, fun, seasons in the sun is right here. And it's very exciting. And it's like nothing you have experienced before, simply because of simplicity, because of a new recognition, an observation of your heart space. And when we operate from this space, we do become much more light, and we do become more playful and peaceful with life, right? It's like the acceptance of life on life's terms. And the serenity prayer comes in here. It says the most important relationship you can have is with yourself. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. And it will. If you're holding on to grudges and this kind of stuff, And this coming out at the end really feels like going back and, with the eclipses, really harnessing that energy to clear out the karmic stuff, to clear out, um, yeah, the karmic stuff, the heal the wounds, so that you can really move into this Piscean energy, which is the dreamer, the bold visionary, someone who's doing something unique and something that only they can do, something only you can do. Don't get caught up in the emotions. Allow the emotions to release, and experience that emotional cleansing so that you can experience deep peace, abundance, and fertility, creating the life of your dreams. And so, Aries, it sounds like it's going to be a good time. This was a beautiful message to bring through for the first one for the sun signs in a very long time. So, thank you. And thank you to anyone who's new. I trust that something here resonated with, inspired, encouraged, and felt supportive to you in the now moment. Have a great New Year, Aries. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thanks so much for showing up. Fill your own love cup. Until next time, take good care. Namaste.